look to get a run back on him.
But yeah, these guys, you know, for how well practiced they are, they still come out with very surprising things time to time. So you cannot predict either player's rudimentary toolkit to go forward here. And on a small battlefield of all things, we're going to see maybe YodaCage favoring this stage pick, I guess, more than Falco, because, you know, Falco, he does get some platform setups, but you don't get the full extension. But at the same time, Bowser Jr. really only needs one platform because his combo goes like full horizontal across the stage, then full vertical. All you need is maybe one platform to set up off of that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny we talked about earlier about, you know, all the, like, how we ebb and flow with our character base. And Bowser is another one. We used to have a lot, you know, especially acting like a P, Adopted Son, you know, all of them. And now I just kind of YodaCage the lone warrior. And the way he plays Morgan is so different from every other Koopa kid. He's so aggressive with the character. He likes small stages, he likes to run, he likes to sprint at you, and that's what makes him different than the average. They all like to play relatively slow. No, YodaCage is Koopa carding at you. Like, round start, we already saw him just rip that option, and it shows, like, he wants to play, he wants to fight. But that could be a little scary against Falco. Falco, in my opinion, is one of probably the best late meta picks we're seeing right now because he catches approaches so well, and I feel like Falco can catch, you know, Morton's approaches really well. We're seeing him, you know, get all that damage off of, you know, Morton just landing into him. You know, land into him, reflect the projectiles. It can be very rough for Morton, and he gets combos really badly as we're seeing as Blast reads every single option he's doing.
Yeah, like a the proverbial falcon that he is, just gripping his talons into that ledge right now. Oh my word!
And this is why
canceling the side B.
And this is why all the Koopa kids quit, because this character is kind of a little buttons, to be frank. But Yoda makes them work, except when that happens, and it's like, oh, yeah, like I don't think he was ready for that. That works though. Up smash is really good at a shield.
Yes, able to pick up the pieces off of that with that up smash. But again, BlassTD doing a considerable amount of job, especially as you see the seeding there. Not a whole lot separates them, but in those top player rankings, 3 different seed could be a huge swing in terms of skill, especially with some of the representation we have out here today. There's certainly between 1 and 2 is certainly nothing to scoff at. But again, a 2-0, very clean swing. And again, like you said, off of the back of a very solid up smash, but maybe a chancy one as well. BlassTD very solidly in control of that. Again, on paper, you would not expect that happening.
I feel like he just caught so many of Yoda's defensive options, and like he didn't have that many true combos, and like that's something Falco's like kind of known for. Blast is kind of the exception. Like every Falco kind of like plays the same, just kind of better, whereas generally, obviously there are exceptions. Blast is the exception. He has this play style with Falco where he plays so bait and punish, so reactive, and just playing to pressure you. He's not always swinging first to hit a bad option or you. He's kind of waiting for what you do and reading your options, and I feel like it's helped him so much. See, he waited for YodaCage just to, you know, come in on him and end up getting all that damage, and now beginning his lecture, so now he's been caught by down air.
Yeah, that very patiently waiting and catching the whiff option for BlassTD. Certainly piled on the damage right here, right now. But YodaCage earning back in earnest, but a very risky off-cart stage option will give Falco a little bit more breathing room and at least time to set up his potential cutscene combos. And he knows before down smash tracking, not finding his mark, but again, with that back air finding its mark nearly every time, BlassTD certainly seems to have a lockdown on YodaCage's Bowser Jr. right now. But with this 2-1 scenario that the Mecha Koopa presents itself, I don't think we saw a whole lot of Mecha Koopa coming out in that round 1. Maybe
not really, yeah.
YodaCage could capitalize off of not going full send in with that card, as we saw the early aggression in that round 1 going on. If he has to take the time to set up that Mecha Koopa, we can see an entirely different game too.
We watch him meet the dude. If there's like one, like I've watched Yoda a lot, I got a good amount of sense. If there's one thing you kind of notice, I mean, he will just kind of rip card a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And that kind of kills him. Like if you notice, he just is raw ripping. He doesn't do the thing where, you know, you rip it and you just pause for a second. He's almost always full sending his cart or going with the intent of like continuing. Like he might do it into a forward air, but he's gonna do it. And that's, I feel like, something that when you kind of catch on, it makes dealing with cart significantly easier compared to the average one. Like see, already went for immediate spin out. There was absolutely no mix. And because of that blast, he could just hold shield there.
Yeah. It's a real scorpion and frog fable. Like the scorpion grants the frog the passageway across the river only if the frog does, or the frog says, "Don't sting me with your tail," and then the scorpion does it anyway. The frog asks him why, and the scorpion says, "It's my nature. It's what I do."
Yep, that's YodaCage carding with Martin. It is by nature to hold in. Like, that was like the first time I think he did it so far. And ideally, he does do that more because we saw it worked out in his favor, allowed him to get that jab. And I know I also talked about how, using Mecha a little bit. He almost died that well. Mecha a little bit more, but it can be a little bit rough against Falco just because he can immediately reflect it and now make it his. And I feel like that's kind of why we haven't been seeing it. But I do agree that, there's still ways to set it up. Send it backwards so it can't be reflected and then grab it from there. But we see a really good edge guard from YodaCage. If there's one thing about his aggressive play that works really, really well, it's edge guarding, and that's one of the things you do against Falco to secure those stocks and to get that lead. So him at 90 while Martin is at 216. The Drexel kids are really like.
Wait a minute. Well, I'm not seeing the DDD on screen. Why am I seeing that number? All right, finally, get him out of there.
All the Drexel players just live to obscene percents.
So, like, this is how the game's supposed to be played, right?
I guess so. I guess there's a new meta development. Your opponent lives to triple digits, and when there's a 2 in front of it.
I went to Drexel. I'm going to say thank God I didn't hear about the Smash scene while I was there, because that is not how I want to play going forward. And either does YodaCage right now, realizing he was at that high percent, and he, as a graduate of Drexel, he's finally realizing now other players shouldn't be at that high percent either. Finally gets the 1-1 situation against BlassTD here. Finally having a better scenario. Mecha showing his face a little bit more, but coming out in some key moments there. Helping out against the Falco, and as we see the stage pick here,
small
running
again.
right back to it
They're
again.
going to small every single game. I'm going to let you know this right now.
Okie dokie.
It's Yoda's favorite stage, and I don't know if it's Blast's favorite or not, but it's good enough. I mean, not like Morton's running from you anyway. Not like Yoda's running from you anyways. Morton, other junior players, maybe, but it's kind of fine enough. But we are going to be seeing, I feel like a big thing that helped Yoda was being more aggressive, and I feel like we're going to see a little bit that more coming forward, like his more aggressive edge guard attempts, and just stripping more aggressive options like those F smashes, and assuming they work on like game 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that kills.
Speaking of things
That's
working, speaking of things working, nothing works more than that jab in the hands of Bowser Jr. A kill option of all things for this character, and in the Philly scene that we just know it all too well. And off the back of things, though, BlassTD has a little bit more confidence going forward with those approaching fairs to set up into things like up tilt, to set up into things like back air for a kill option of his own. And now with a 128 opponent and him fighting back to stage, patience coming out from both players there. We'll see how BlassTD responds off of that throw off of ledge. Sort of lets YodaCage get a little bit of foothold, but a down tilt of Acclaim on a landing? Bowser Jr.?
That moves down tilt's disgustingly broken from Falco. It's big, it's pretty spammable. If it's spaced, it's safe. It's really, really good.
I would have thought Nair, though, would have silenced that before like the hitbox of down tilt would have connected, though.
Down tilt's big, and honestly, Falco might low profile himself a little while he does it, so that also probably helps. But like, random fun fact about this matchup, dragging down Bowser Jr.'s really hard. It's really inconsistent to do it. I think it has to do with how his hurt box works. So we won't really be seeing a lot of drag down spares from Blast. He obviously is going to be able to string into other things. Well, I guess not really. More so get better positioning off of it. And that's definitely going to help, because Falco with good position is really good, and Blast with good position is really good. I see this attempt at a drag down with drag down there, but unfortunately I'm not getting it. Now we're seeing Yoda with a full stock lead. Oh my word, he almost just died. That F smash kills ridiculously early. Also, if that up smash hit his head, he died there. But it didn't. It perfectly dodged his head, and that's another important thing about this character. When he's carding, he takes less damage unless you're hitting his head, and if you want to break his arm, you kind of have to hit his head. Otherwise, yeah, he might just die in the wrong spot.
Mecha taking the bullet there for that blaster, however. We'll get him back to main stage at least, but hopping again on top of that Falco, ill-advised, like you said before, that up smash from the opposing player this time around, was able to clean up, hopping away from that cannonball, almost set up into that fair. YodaCage so on top of his Mecha strings, but going full send with that jab gives BlassTD an opportunity to pile on the damage, and knowing to throw out that throw out Reflector to get 45 tacked on. Great utilization of that whiff.
Killed him there.
A single whiff just like already accrued half the work that BlassTD needed to do.
Yep, and Falco with max rage doesn't exist because he died to jab. Yeah, jab's really hard to deal with as junior. Yoda hasn't been super doing it, but like he can kind of just jab check you where like jab 1-2, he didn't drop you, jab 1-2, what about this time? Or maybe jab 1-2 grab, jab 1-2 dash back.
Right.
And it's just kind of really annoying to deal with because you don't really know what he's gonna do. And especially at a spot, 160, jab 1-2, let's say he's holding shield. Blast is in a guessing game, and if he guesses wrong, he explodes. And it's just kind of a rough situation to play out, and I feel like Yoda's really good at setting the situation up for himself, especially because how aggressive he plays. I mean, you saw all that setup he had earlier. I think if he hit the hammer swing when he had that, I think Blast is just going to explode, but yeah. Now we're into game 4, YodaCage up 2-1.
Having a bit of a technical issue here. We'll get back the gameplay momentarily.
Appreciate the birthday boy on stream.
Yeah, he needs.
He plays like it's Mario Kart. It's really funny. He just starts a Mario Kart DI. You'll be able to tell when he's at advantage or when he's at disadvantage solely by how he starts moving.
Yeah, guess what he's doing just by the reaction right now.
Like nothing too big's happening.
Okay.
He's locked. I saw he was locked in. He didn't explode yet. And
so you see here, all right, 74-67. Both players keep it toe-to-toe as it was before. And finally spin out working in his favor, catching the roll, get up with the jab.
that was very nice. Bait. I just love the jump back. He ran to it and jumped back perfectly for his jab to connect. Almost did it again.
Yeah, BlassTD now knows at least to keep his options guessing right now, and goes for the readable and beatable recovery of the space animals yet again, showing their ugly disadvantaged state there.
Yeah, I feel like Yoda is he's no stranger to this matchup. He knows how his character works extremely well, probably better than anyone else, and just knows how to abuse a character like Falco so well. Especially, that character's been prevalent, kind of for the whole game he's been playing here, and obviously he wasn't always a solo junior, but it's enough. He's played this matchup enough to know when he can abuse Falco, and just going for that drag down air was really good. But now we're seeing Blast starting to answer back and taking him to 68 off of that string, and having such good positioning, and now continuing with that frame 3 nair, going for that down air, and just keeping him thrashing super well. And Yoda Sleep's kind of just gone.
Oh my god, answer back, yeah, like you said, and answer he did, just knocking on that door until someone answers it. And right now, 114, using the side B no less, nearly killing off that side B back air setup. BlassTD not fatigued from the rounds tally here. 2-1, but all control in Blast corner right now. We'll see how YodaCage can surmount. Oh my god, breaking out of a grab attempt too.
Like I said, that move's disgusting. It's so good. Once you at this point, he can start running up and just down tilting, and Yoda just kind of has to respect that. And then his mix up his forward air because now I've conditioned you to jump or pick another option. Oh, goodbye. Speaking of jumping, you kind of jumped into a shield and ate enough smash. I honestly don't even know if having max rage mattered there, but it doesn't help.
Barely avoiding that cannonball with that side B. YodaCage realizing he was above the cannonball, so he was free to throw out that up smash because it landed right into the more aerial Falco here. And speaking of aerial Falco, finally cleaning up pristine 200 damage before the blast zone came into play. And now fresh stocks final.
Oh, he messed up the combo.
Final interactions in this round 4. We'll see. Again, early combo going the way YodaCage, but I'm sure BlassTD will have an answer to answer for him. Another whiff opportunity here. Gets a grab, double up there, triple up there.
Catch landing. Laser, don't know if we wanted that one.
Yeah, big bet with that forward smash as well.
Up their back air.
YodaCage a little too cavalier, especially, again, using smash attacks when it's a very risky situation in these last stocks.
As you watch him go for an unsafe
Another
spin
one.
out. Yeah. Yoda sometimes starts dripping smash attacks. I would not be surprised. That was really big. I need Blast to run off stage. He has not once ran off stage nared or ran off stage forward aired, and there's been so many times if he just did it, he would have gotten a kill. But it ended up working on his favor. Yoda, having that habit. I'm just gonna side B right into you and getting caught by that up smash. Both of them just love jumping into each other, and for both of them that ends up kind of costing each other stocks. But
yeah, I see the apprehensive nature of it because it was a very risky situation. You want to make sure that you're going to that game 5, otherwise you're sending the losers. So I understand why the apprehension is there, but in terms of keeping up the aggression going into a decisive game 5 like that, I do agree with you, where he has to be a little more aggressive towards YodaCage, who, you know, aggressive is the name of that character.
Yeah, you need to find a way to answer back to his aggressiveness, and I feel like he's just losing opportunities because he obviously is playing on stage really well, but it would make his job a lot easier if he gave himself more room to work with.
Exactly.
And like while getting reversal is scary, when you start burning the resources, like, oh, they don't have an air dodge, that's when you just kind of have to just take the reins and go.
And again, that early aggression, which is what we want to see from him, has shown its face. And, you know, not a whole lot of damage, except for this string right now. It was only 38 to 13. But BlassTD has picked up the pieces so far. And despite landing on platform where that down tilt will cover a whole lot of it from YodaCage, BlassTD solidly in the reins here. Mecha Koopa being reflected. YodaCage not expecting it to be reflected from that reflector there, and trying to hop away when YodaCage, surprisingly using platforms to very effective state there, has able to answer this back, and tech check, goodbye!
I saw the weak hit, I'm like, hold on, doesn't this set up into, and then I saw him rip it, I'm like, and he just explodes. Yeah, down smash kills extremely early. It is laggy, or maybe not laggy, but it's pretty punishable because it just like dash back and you can kind of hit him or go above him, but it just makes you explode, especially if you miss DI. But he ended up catching him, hit that mistech, and you know, Blast answering it back, putting that pretty even percent, but now Blast really trying to push his advantage to the best of his ability.
We'll see again, up air strings from both players are really good, but yeah, YodaCage solidly working down 4 of them before a backer comes in, and BlassTD, not to be outdone, still utilizing that reflector to keep this a 1 versus 1 game. It's a 2v1, great patience there from YodaCage to call out BlassTD's laggy option in disguise. Cannonball being reflected yet again. That reflector is putting in so much work, and off the string too. Just the momentum of this round 5 is going back and forth so much and so wildly. I still can't predict who is going to be the winner of this right now.
Yeah, I honestly, they just both bounce back and forth so much. That it really
I'm rubber, you're rubber. Wait, what's going on here?
Oh. But now Yoda does have match point on BlassTD stock. You know, winner, I think, continues into top 16 losers. Loser needs to play at least one more set to make it in. So we're gonna see who that needs to be. But currently, we're seeing Yoda now play at a slower tempo. Now you gotta realize what he needs to do. There's spot dodge down smash, the old tried and true. Oh my gosh, he almost exploded.
It's like, why won't you stop shooting it, unloading the entire barrel? Finally got him to. No tech from YodaCage. That's rare. Gives a ledge option for that no tech off stage. That will even things up, but 101.
This is one Falco combo.
It is, but he needs to play out of his mind to get it started, especially when you're away from that platform, too. Mecha Koopa finally working out for YodaCage, not giving BlassTD setup opportunity, but there it is. Setup being found, 59 damage tacked on.
Yep, I don't know what frame Morton up smash is, but Falco Fair is frame 10, is pretty punishable, so if, you know, if his option was frame 10, he could have potentially popped it, though Falco might have low profiled it. But now we're kind of at death percent, especially, he almost just got ran over, especially with Falco, with building rage. This won't kill.
Okay.
He'll never be able, you can't kill off of up there, but unless just, it's not true, but catching neutral get up with that explosion, and YodaCage securing that game 5 last hit.
Yeah. BlassTD has nothing to be ashamed of there, even though he will be sent out to losers. It was in round 3, number 1. I mean, still, though, like, it's very respectable. Like, you take